Neil, under this desk, I've got the future of mountain biking.
Really?
Yes, welcome to this week's show. Neil, I've got an adventure for you today.
Can't wait.
We're going to talk about the future tech of mountain biking. And I tell you what, it's exciting.
It is.
It's like, and I'm going to illustrate it in a fun way.
Are you going to tell me what bike I'm going to be riding in 10 years' time?
I can almost describe it, but bear with me, right? Because I just feel like I know where bikes are going. I think we all do, really, because we've experienced this process before. What's happening to mountain bikes at the moment has happened for all of us.
You had black and white TV when you were a kid.
Not that long ago.
I did.
But do you know what this is, Neil?
It says Apple on it, but not really.
Do you know what it is? Feel the weight of that.
Is that an
Feel the
iPod?
weight.
No, it's not. Wow, it's heavy.
This is what a terabyte of memory looked like in 2008.
All right, boomer.
This was a revelation. This
But
is
it
a
was
time
expensive,
capsule.
wasn't it?
It was, I think it was about £1,000,
Yeah.
and that's what a terabyte of memory looked like, right? Okay, so we've seen how that's changed. One step further, okay. Look at this.
I spent 400 quid on a 40 gig one of those.
Look at that. Lovely click wheel iPod, right? Okay, that's what 1,000 songs.
Yeah.
1,000, Leo. Young Leo's like, that's not many.
That was the dream when you were.
1,000 songs.
When I was a young downhill racer
Look like-
travelling the world with one of these in my pocket. Oh,
Do you remember these? Do you remember these?
I've got one of them.
A wallet. This is where we used to keep cards and money. Do you remember money?
Still do that bit.
That's what a wallet looked like. And what about this? Do you remember this?
Yes.
The landline.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Don't do that anymore, do you?
When was the last time you used a landline?
No.
Nobody. Or, do you remember the days of, Leo's going to be annoyed now, these
Camera?
cameras? This is stupid, right? This, we've seen this happen. These were all incredible things.
Yeah.
Now, they all live in there.
What are you telling me about bikes of mine? Am I going to be...
Look, that's where all that has gone. This pile of junk, and that's literally what it is,
Yeah.
except for my wallet, has turned into that, right? And I think we're seeing that happen with mountain biking. You can see it with this Zerbal shifter. I really love it, and it combines with their bars. And it's just so stealth, right?
Ooh,
and I
it's
think
like
we're...
works with your SRAM access.
Yes, it's a lovely remote shifter. I've tried it out on Rich's bike. He's got one on his XC bike.
Yeah.
It feels amazing. You can 3D print the shifter itself, so you can change it to be customised to your thumb. You can make that shifter obviously work your SRAM axis at the back. It can do the dropper post. Yeah. It can take photos with your camera if you've got it mounted on the bike, or it'll work from 15 metres away from your phone, so you could place it somewhere, ride past and take a shot of yourself whilst riding.
Whoa.
This is what's going to happen to everything on a mountain bike.
Do you think it's all electronic, the future of bikes?
Well, that's where I wanted to talk about, because, you know, I'm wondering what is going to change, because there's engineers looking at mountain bikes these days, and they're looking at it and thinking, how can I strip each part of that bike down to its most economic form, to its most beautiful, perfected form? So someone with any kind of brain, it's not someone like me, is going to look at a bike and go, cables, they're stupid.
They're starting to, well...
Cables?
That's true.
It's a dumb idea.
We've talked about cableless brakes in the past, and it does happen, like fly-by-wire throttles and things like that. But I've seen, we're in the privileged position, I've seen some of the future with a new, some new gears coming very soon, which it's not a massive departure from what we've got now, but it's definitely an improvement from what I've seen. But also things like Fox Live Valve, have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Where you've got sensors on the bike that are locking out the shock and the fork independently, like a thousandth of a second they're making decisions. At the moment, to me, that looks a little bit clunky, all the cables and batteries, but you know.
But we're at this stage, I think, at the moment, is that they're trying out what will work, what won't, how can we make it more beautiful, more clean. And the thing is, once you start putting digital products onto your bike, they can be much more intelligent than anything that works like this. So it can start to have a brain of its own and start to make decisions quicker than you can make them, which means the product gets better and better. And I think we're going to see this in suspension. We're already seeing suspension being hidden into frames, like in the Scott Spark. You know, it looks really
interesting.
stealth.
Scott Genius as well. What about AI? Bikes with AI?
Well, I wonder. I mean, will the bike start to decide things for you or start to suggest things? Let's think about 10 years plus down the line. Like, let's try and make a leap from this to what this could look like in bike terms. What do you think could change?
Well, we've talked about gearboxes for 20 years and it's not happened well enough, in my opinion, yet. You know, the chain could be replaced by, what do you call them, the belt drive. Yeah. My kid's got a belt drive bike, it's amazing, there's no gears.
I think, this is a wacky idea, but I think the chain and the belt drive itself, I think the connection between your pedalling and the back wheel is gonna go. Huh? I think there's going to be some kind of...
Get someone else to do it?
Well, I think you're going to be able to pedal and then the messaging will go back to the wheel and the wheel will be pushed around with some kind of hub motor. Whoa. And I think those two things, yeah. I think all of the things that are fiddly on bikes...
That surely could happen.
They're going to go. Yeah, I mean, it's always coming down to weight with mountain bikes, but as things get lighter and lighter, then the options get broader and broader. So I think we're going to see suspension change. There could be an incredible development in suspension that could make it all look completely different for all we know. And I think in 10 years, we're going to have the mountain bike version of this, and it's going to be something we couldn't imagine, because I remember buying that, and I couldn't imagine this.
I bet with an e-bike you can do that already, because it knows how much you're pedaling and it's using some of your pedaling input already. But why doesn't it just take that and say, oh, he's doing 200 watts, I'll just add 200 watts to what I'm already doing to the rear hub. Yeah. So you need a sensor and a sensor, you don't need a chain.
And maybe he's not pedaling as efficient as I thought he could. Maybe we'll change the way the power goes down. It's all going to happen and bikes are going to start looking crazy. It starts with things like that Zerbel shifter. I really think that's the start. And I think if you're looking to upgrade your bike, that's the things you should be looking at to make it more stealth, more clean, and more perfect. What do you think in the comments down below? What is our bikes going to look like in 10 years plus time? Or what is the next big upgrade that you think is making a big difference?
Grips.
What's up everyone? I've got a couple tasty bits of mountain bike news for you this week, but first off, the new YT Capra Core 3. I was waiting for something like this from YT after the launch of the new Enduro Focus Mob. It's a good idea to bring a new, very competitively priced Capra to the market, as we're about to see the new team in action. The new build for the Core 3 features YT's carbon Capra frame, a Zeb Ultimate, Super Deluxe Ultimate shock, GX Eagle AXS, Crank Brothers synthesis wheel set, decent casing, Maxxis tyres, and a Renthal cockpit retailing for £4,600. Leo Smith, aka Lando Steezy, has joined Nukeproof Bikes. Based in Manchester in the UK and renowned for his hard-hitting street and skate park edits, Leo's got some great style, a good bag of tricks, and some infectious fun in his edits. He'll be on the Giga on the mountain and the Solemn in the streets for 2023. 5Dev have released some titanium chain rings for SRAM cranks. Now, with a $200 price tag, these aren't necessarily for the faint-hearted, but 5Dev, who make their components on the same equipment they use for NASA and SpaceX projects, state that these rings will last 3 times as long as their $99 7075 aluminium rings. So if you look at it that way, a good long-term investment. 30 and 32 tooth rings in raw, bronze, purple or teal colors, compatible with both SRAM and Shimano chains. Leia and Orbea have partnered with Cape Epic winners Lucas Baum and George Egger to create Orbea Leia Speed Company Racing, expanding into marathon and XC with a range of technical clothing and endurance-rated gear. As the EWS becomes the EDR, the crew who have been documenting it all so far in collaboration with Misspent Summers have put together a book to celebrate. Decade covers every year of racing so far with photography from Sven Martin, Boris Beyer, Duncan Philpott and Seb Sheik. And of course, none other than Cecile Ravenel on the cover. As if that's not enough, shout out to Tommy Caldwell, who just released Cosmic, a 20-minute film with footage from every stage of the 2022 EWS. Makes me pumped to see more from all of the usual suspects at the races this year. The Crankwatch Summer Series has been taking place in New Zealand. Latest results from there are in with Toby Meek and Tracy Hanna taking wins in the Cadrona Downhill in Wanaka, and Tahuto Ariki Pene and Harriet Burbage Smith winning the Queenstown Pump Track. Alright, before I go, Martin's figured out how to use the locks on the dirt shed, so I can't get him to do the shop shoutouts properly. Guess I'll just have to do them myself. If you head over to the GMBN shop right now, you'll find our spring sale is on. Up to 50% off of selected items, including some of these, and mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, caps, jerseys, tech tees, and more. It's while stocks last, and there are some great deals to be had, so get out, grab yourself something good, and support the channel.
Big news, we're going to host a very special GMBN versus the Pros as our opening show at the Global Bike Festival 2023. Now, the format of this is going to be a number of challenges on a special course that's going to be dotted around the festival village, a bit like a game of bike. Now, the team captains will be myself for GMBN, and for the pros will be Tom Cardy. Now, we'll be announcing our teammates over the coming weeks. We're pleased to confirm that MTB Hopper will be a partner of the Global Bike Festival, and they will be supplying all the different ramps to help build the course, plus landing bags courtesy of Bag Jump. Now, MTB Hopper will be used to host jump masterclasses where you can learn and improve your jumping skills with tuition from GMBN presenters, aka myself, and those pro riders as well. Now, there'll be sessions throughout the weekend for beginners and for the more advanced rider, and this all comes in your festival ticket plus ride pass. I am so excited, and I can't wait to see you there.
Thank you, Tom. Great news. Neil, I've got a question for you, a technical one. What tech do you think that's for the future that's being tested by like the pro riders now? Do you remember Bruni had that green light on his bars in Leger last year, and we were all like, what's that?
Minna used to have a kill switch button, like a motorbike one, on his Honda that would lock his rear shock out for like 30 seconds on a timer.
Whoa.
That was like ages ago. Yeah, suspension I would think would be tested. What about, I've heard there's new wheel size coming, Martin. Not true.
Let's move on to Hacks and Bodges. Right, first off in Hacks and Bodges this week, I think this is brilliant. It's
what is it?
Well, it's been sent by Orthord, and he says that he's basically made a headset cup remover.
Whacker.
And he's done it out of using a wardrobe rail. But basically you can sort of pinch it through and then knock the cup out down below.
Looks like a toilet brush to me.
It's pretty good though, isn't it? And it looks like it works. He's got the cups out.
Yeah, you kind of don't need a precision tool to do it, as long as you're careful. That works, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I've just realised we need a stunt mug. Chuck us a mug, Leo. There's one behind your shoulder there, that'll do. This one is not the mug you'll receive, but it's one like it.
Don't throw it too hard.
Just unbreakable. Next up, we have got Lucas's Santa Cruz, and this is cool, right? He's made his cranks shorter. So he's actually cut the cranks down, look.
Really?
Rethreaded them. Yeah, look at these. He's now got one.
He wrecked the thread on an old set.
Yeah.
So rather than just re-tap them,
he's retapped a whole new hole and made 152mm cranks, which is perfect, he says, for his dirt jump bike.
Would be a space.
That's actually pretty trick. That's actually cool.
Dirt jump bike, yeah.
Could be the favourite for the cup.
Whoa.
Next up, well, that's ugly. Look at that.
Oh, a bit of plumbing going on.
Bit of plumbing going on, but it is all equals a helmet and shoe stand from Gary.
Could do with painting that freshly plastered wall as well, Gary.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Come on,
Wasting your
Gary.
time making one of them stands?
You've got to pick a winner, Neil, but I feel like Lucas has done a really amazing job cutting them cranks down.
Yeah.
Who are you going to go with?
I can't like the homemade tool, but yeah, come on then, Lucas.
Lucas,
like it. Very
you
good.
are winning a stunt mug on its way to you.
Oosh.
Well done, sir. If you've got a hack or a bodge, and we've been getting some really good ones lately, send them in. Maybe you're doing something in your workshop that's made it look cool. Maybe something for putting your bike in your car, or maybe a tool that you've made, or some 3D printing. Send it in to the uploader, which is down below in the description. And we could see you on the show next week, and you could be winning a stunt mug just like this one.
Oh, whoa.
Caption contest time, Neil.
Yes, we've got Burt Reynolds in the shed this week.
Look at that. I was basically doing a photo in solidarity to Rich, just for a bit of fun. I basically was sending I think a Snapchat, and it's one of those silly filters.
I see.
Very clever.
You don't look very happy about it. I wouldn't be.
I have done that in the past, just bicked it all off.
Yeah, bicked it?
Yeah, just take it all off.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it's not a good look for me, is it? Hey, but it is the future, and that's what we've been talking about. First caption for it is from Grant Welch. Martin wasn't sure about his beard, but then it grew on him.
Yeah.
Grant, nice. You could be in the running. We're doing a race top this week. You get a race top.
Free dive RN. Martin getting frustrated of Rich stealing all the ladies as a baldy.
God, the idea of me and Rich trying to pull ladies is just a horrible thought. That's definitely not going to win. Jacob Waters says Tom Segura joins GMBN team. Tom Segura, that's cool actually. That's quite
Who's that? I don't know.
He's a really amazing comedian from America. Can be quite controversial though.
A bit like you, yeah.
Sounds familiar. Who are we gonna give the race top to, Neil? I quite like Grant Welch's It Grew on Him.
It's quite an easy joke, but I still like it.
Well done, Grant. You're a winner. Race top on its way to you. Could be this colour, might be a different one by the time it gets there.
Oh.
Let's find out. Right, here's this week's Caption Contest photo. There you are. Yeah. Give us a caption for that. In the comment section down below, and you could be winning yourself a race top on next week's show, which would be pretty cool. Should we take a look at some things we like this week?
Yeah, started off mine.
Ooh, look at this. It's Brad Sims. It's Neil's mate.
I did meet him in a bar in Germany.
Just hanging out with Brad Sims.
Sort of, went and said hello to him. Yeah.
What was he like? Was he like?
It was cool, yeah. We got chatting about, he'd been, did he go to Madeira, I think? I can't remember.
Yeah, but he's obviously a canyon rider these days when he's not on his BMX. And look at him taking on some trials lines. What I like about this is that move he's doing, that was literally originates from Danny Mac himself. That's a Danny Mac move. I don't know if Danny calls it anything, but you see it all the time these days. But Danny basically pioneered that move, and now he's got Brad Sims doing it. Yeah. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that.
Laurie Greenland, young ripper from not far from Wayfair, from Bristol.
Look how fast he's going.
I think there's going to be some battles between those Santa Cruz youngsters. Well, is Laurie Greenland still a youngster? Jackson Golson is. I reckon those two.
I've got a prediction for you this year, Neil, right? I think we're going to see some Santa Cruz dominance this year. Because,
dominance?
Well, the thing is, right,
but we've got Bruni and Imperial on there.
But think of the team motivation they've got in. Those two kids.
And they got Minnar.
Absolutely going for it with Minnar's experience.
And they've got Steve
Pete on the sidelines just telling them. Those two riders are going to be developing beyond belief, and they were already right on the cusp of winning World Cups regularly. And I think we're really going to see those two guys leading the way. I really do.
You know what? We've got some exciting news coming to GMBN very soon, and I'm going to actually be at a lot of the World Cup races this year. So I'm plotting and scheming a bit of video behind the scenes actually with the Santa Cruz team. So hopefully I'll get some first-hand action and see how fast those guys are.
Lovely. I was also looking at the GMBN Instagram, and look at this crash. When the bike overtakes you, you know it's gone wrong. That's a sure sign. That's a sure sign.
Very similar to this. Monster Anne, I went over and went, and the bike went, and the bike hit a tree about 20 foot in the air and snapped my Fox 40 in two.
Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, what to push it all the way down here? It was a long way up.
What would you rather have break, your Fox 40 or your ankle?
Fox 40. I didn't pay for it. I didn't pay for ankle.
Let's get into the bike vault. Right, we're into the bike vault. Neil, what do you think of that?
Northern Italy, Italians are the kings of style. I actually think it's cool. It's all white. White tyres is a bit of a throwback. Onzas.
I didn't think you'd like that one.
I'm not sure about white tyres. The rest of it I really do like. So it's a Neatproof Mega 290. It's got the EXT shock on it, Zeb up front, gold and white.
It's pretty cool, actually.
That would look a lot different in the UK at the moment.
Tommaso, super nice. Next up, we have got Juliana. Nice. I love it. Love the shot.
Where is that? It looks amazing. So
it's in the Alps.
Haute Alps, France. That's amazing, isn't it?
Obviously, a Santa Cruz in disguise. Not sure about that rear mudguard though, Neil.
Don't love rear mudguards, but I can see. Well, they're the same tyres, more Onza tyres, white. I didn't even notice.
Imagine if I'd done a whole bike vault of Onza tyres.
That would be weird. I was more looking at the dog. I like the dog.
What are we giving the Juliana?
Nice.
Nice. Next up, we have
got... Is that a Lightville? It is. Roberts Lightville 601, built not bought, in Croatia.
26 ain't dead, he says. Yeah. Well, actually, I've got news for you, Robert. It really is.
10-speed Shimano Saint ceramic. So further coil. So you got what's called Crank Brothers CCDB.
It's a nice looking bike, that actually. Should we give that super nice? I still believe in the 26 inch wheels, to be honest.
The mismatched rotors. I think it's quite good.
Super nice.
What's that?
Next up,
this is a score. So this is what Josh Lewis, the UK, just signed for these people. I don't know much about him, to be honest.
Hey, and look at that shock, hidden away in a stealth setup.
It's kind of a bit specialised enduro-y.
Yeah, it is actually.
Different angles, though.
I'm making a leap.
It's in Reckfalten, Switzerland.
It's super nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's right. Super nice. We're getting some good bikes this
that.
week. Oh, yeah. Big old Cannondale, super nice. Love it. It's his Pears Cannondale Trail 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm not sure if I really love the old frame setup there, but I appreciate the colouring of that.
Pear just got into riding. He's turning 61 this year, started riding last year to ride with his son-in-law. Never too late. Maybe I'll get an MTB when I turn 70.
It's the colouring there is very 2001 Volvo. Very, very good.
Yeah, and you would know.
Yeah, I would.
Oh.
Look at this thing. This
Someone's
is from the
been going
Don.
mad on the Mayo on Orbea.
This guy's saying he's the Don, Neil, but you're the Don.
His name is Don.
Oh my God. I thought you were the Don.
I am the Don.
This is some seriously crazy colours.
Yeah. So on the Mayo thing, you can customise your own colours. I guess that's what it is.
Kind of works. It's so much. He's gone so far, it kind of works.
Yeah. Got custom decals on the fourth as well.
Shall I?
Go on.
Super nice.
Oh, no, this is a bit more down the simple route, which I do like, to be fair. Keelan's Common Cell Tempo in Taunton, Massachusetts. That looks cool. I like it.
Yeah,
So
that's
this
a very
is
nice looking bike.
Short travel bike. It looks mega.
Yeah.
Olin's front and rear.
Loving the Olins. Loving the Olins. Yeah, very cool. I think that's bikes this week.
Oh, I got a story. I tried this. I saw this pop up on my Instagram, I think. So this is JMC. If you're British and of my era, you'll probably know Jason McCroy.
That is incredible.
This is a replica of the bike he rode in the Dirt video. It's 1995. I actually tried to buy that bike.
Oh, God, can you imagine having that bike?
Probably about 15 years ago.
Wow.
I think
that
this is
bike.
a replica, though. It's not the original, but
It's a very good replica. Very, very good.
3-inch rise, Zonic, not by Wars, I think.
I tell you what, no one's made a bike look better than that kid, I tell you. That is beautiful. The bell doesn't even come close to doing it justice. We need to go and ring Big Ben for that one. But yeah, that is certainly a super nice.
Yeah. Wow. I'd like to ride that.
Wow.
I bet it's still as hardtail.
Let's gamble, right? Next week on the Dirt Shed show, let's do a gamble on the Bike Vault. Who's got some really cool retro builds of like famous bikes? Let's see some. I mean, there's probably not that many of them out there, but if you've done one, I mean, look at that. That is spanking in it. Let's have, if you can get one, send it in to us on the uploader. If not, just send us your bike. We'd love to see it. Tell you what I'm looking forward to. Blake's doing a how to wash your bike with all the new Petey's products and something from Works.
Yeah, of
so
course.
I'm looking forward to that. I know he's filming that today, so it's going to be fun.
Okay, cool. And also we've got how fit downhill racers. So Rich recently went to ride with Charlie Hatton, top downhill racer. We'll find out. You know, it's easy, isn't it, riding downhill?
Is it though? Is it though? Yeah, it's got some great content coming up on GMBN as always. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you've subscribed, hit that bell. And until next week, I guess, Neil, it's goodbye from us.
Yeah.